Hello, my dear family members. If you are preparing for LTI Mindtree and if you have questions like what are the type of questions will we get and what will be the cutoff and will we get any coding questions in basic programming? So let me just clarify all the things in this video. Okay, what happened in 2025? Let me just 2024. Let me just tell that is there were total 35 minutes they have provided for basic programming sections, okay, and there they have only asked pseudocode and basic computer fundamentals related questions MCQ only, okay, and there were total 35 MCQs from pseudocode, computer fundamentals and its related questions, nothing else. And most of the time you will get MCQ from basic programming questions in LTI Mindtree. But still, what happened in 2023? They had provided automata fix coding questions. That means they have provided some coding questions where there were some mistakes in the coding. You have to just fix that problem, nothing else. You don't have to write the full code for LTI Mindtree. So I hope you understood what are the things like related to coding. Okay, you may not get coding questions in the upcoming drive, so let's just prepare accordingly. Still be prepared for the coding questions as you are preparing for other companies. So I hope you understood. So at first let me share the recent questions with answers so that you don't miss anything. Okay, just before that guys, please do subscribe this channel and watch the playlist regarding any company that you want, and please let me know which content do you want more. Okay, so let me start. So, what type of statement is used to select or make a decision between two or more alternatives? So, this was the question which were asked on 21st of July. So, I hope you will give importance whatever I will share. Okay. So, let's go through the options. So, loop statement, conditional statement, or iterative statement, or jump statement. Which statement will you use? Actually, I have shared this question in the previous video as well, so I hope you have gone through that playlist of like Mindtree and you will be able to answer this question. So if you have answered, then please give the answer in the comment section before I give. Okay, I love it. So in this case the actual answer will be conditional statement, because if we want to compare between two things, this and let's say this, if we want to compare between two things, we have to use conditional statement. Either it can be if or it can be switch. Okay, so any of the method we can use, but we have to use conditional statement. Okay, so actually I am exhausted after coming from the office, so that's why my voice can be like this. Okay, so please compromise it. So the next question is, which loop is guaranteed to execute at least once? For loop, while loop, do while loop, or all of the above? These questions might seem very easy, but actually the questions are very easy because they are not asking very hard questions. Okay, they will ask the questions whichever you have gone through like in your curriculum. Okay, so you don't have to research like you don't have to publish a research paper. You don't have to work hard that much to crack their exam. So this type of easy questions you will also face. Okay, so I hope you will be able to solve. So which loop is guaranteed to execute at least once? For loop, while loop, or do while loop, or all of the above? So I hope you know. So for loop, in case of for loop, we have to go through like from I is equal to something, we have to initialize at first, then we have to go up to something. Okay, so it is not fixed up to how much it will be running and how much time it will execute. Okay, but for while loop, in this case also it is also quite same as for loop. In this case also, if we give a certain condition, for that condition it will keep executing. Okay, so this is not possible. So for do while loop, at first what we give the statement, or we write the logic. Okay, we write the logic here. Okay, it will be executed, then we give the condition inside while. Okay, so whatever condition we give, if let's say it is executing only let's say this condition is not met at first. Okay, so on that case also the do while loop will execute once. Okay, because the logic or the statement will be executed first, then the condition is coming. Okay, so for do while loop the execution will be once at least. Okay, so the option C will be the correct answer. So the next question is, can the goto statement be used to jump from the main function to within another function? So just give the answer like option A or option B, true or false. So whenever you are giving the answer in the comment section now, just give your answer also the logic. Okay, I mean whatever you have logic behind this answer, please try to put that also. Okay, so that it seems like you are not guessing and giving the answer. Okay, so in this case, so let's go through explanation. So actually, in case of goto na, it is only applicable inside the same function. Okay, from the let's say this is a function one, and this is a function two. Okay, so in this between also goto has the scope, is it has no scope inside this function. Okay, so that means the accessibility or the scope of the goto is only belonging inside a single function. Okay, so it can't it can't scope, it can't access anything, or it can't go to the next function. So that's why it will be false. Okay, so I hope you understood. So let's go to the next question. But before that, I would like to inform you that we have our premium materials of Mindtree, in which we have included all the recent questions with answers. So if you want, then please knock me at my Insta ID, instagram.com/techno.ef. This is paid but very affordable. Okay. So let's go to the next question. That is, what is the root node in a tree? A node with no children, a node with two children, or the topmost node in a tree, or a node with no parent. So in this case, what will be the correct answer? So please pause and give the answer. Okay, so in this case, the correct answer will be option C. The topmost node in a tree is a root node. So let's say this is a binary tree, and in this case, this will be the binary tree. Sorry, this is the topmost node, and this is the root node. Okay, so next question is, how many children does a binary tree node have? So actually one terminology should be there, like how many children at most does a binary tree node have. So this can be like two. Okay, as I have shown here, at most two can be possible. Okay, so let's go to the next question. That is, in a complete binary tree, if the total number of nodes is n, what is the height of the tree? Log 2n, n by 2, n minus 1, log 2 n plus 1. So this is a quiz question for you. So please give the answer in the comment section. Okay. So the next question is, if a binary tree has L leaves, what is the minimum number of nodes in the tree? So 12 minus 1, L minus 1, or 2L. So actually the correct answer will be 2L minus 1. Okay, so this will be the correct answer. So the next question is this: what is the time complexity to find the height of the balanced binary search tree BST with n nodes? Okay, so in this case, actually the correct answer will be big O of n. So you can challenge the answer. Okay, actually in worst case scenario also the big O of log n is possible, but in this case, big O of n will be the correct answer. Okay. So the next question is this: how many null pointers are present in a binary tree with n nodes? N plus 1, 2n, n, or n minus 1. So actually in this case, the correct answer will be n plus 1. Why? Because in a binary tree which has n nodes, that also has 2n pointers. Okay, 2n pointers and n minus 1 edges. Okay, incoming edges. So just remember this, and the null pointers will be there like 2n minus of n minus 1. Okay, that means 2n minus n, that means n plus 1. Okay, so that's why A will be the correct answer. Okay, actually null pointer is nothing but the in a, it is actually indicating that there is no link or there is no child in the tree. Okay, so the next question is, what type of loop is best suited for traversing a linked list? So in this case also while loop will be the correct answer. Okay, so the next question is this: what is the time complexity of inserting a node in a binary search tree BST? So this will be again a quick question for you. So please give the answer in the comment section. Before we jump to the next question, I want you to have the prime materials for LTI Mindtree, in which we have included all the recent questions with answers, all the previous year questions, all the mock test you need to prepare for, and interview preparations, codings, its tail, verbal ability, computer fundamentals, and you can see the feedback of students provided at below, and just go through that. It will be very much helpful for your upcoming drives. It has unlimited access and instant access. Still, if you have any questions, any queries, you can DM me at my handle. I'll try to assist there, so please go through that. The link will be given in the description box or in the comment section. If you have very less time, if you have very less time, if you want to prepare within very few days, very few hours, then please go through that. This will be very much helpful. And if you are preparing for Wipro, LTI Mindtree, Capgemini, or Cognizant, Virtusa, Delta X, or any other company, then please go through the same website, topway.slash/technology and grab the opportunity. And my suggestion is to get the bundle which has all the top 25 MNCs questions, and this is not the real price. This will be reduced to 100, I think, if you are using India coupon code. Okay, so please use that and get the opportunity. Thank you. Let's just start from the next question. What is the time complexity of the binary search algorithm? Big O of n, big O of n to the power 2, big O of log n, or big O of n log n? This is quite seems like very easy, but this type of questions are being asked in this exam. Okay, so let's discuss. So in this case, the answer will be big O of log n, because why? Because binary search works by repeatedly dividing the search interval in half, and if the target value is in the sorted array, then the algorithm reduces the search range by half each time. So that leads to a logarithmic time complexity. Okay, so there can be an array, like you have to divide this and you have to find this in a half. Okay, so in this way it keeps reducing this array by half, so that's why the time complexity is big O of log n. Okay, okay, so I hope you understood. So let's go to the next question, that is, which data structure is used to implement a recursive algorithm efficiently? Queue, stack, linked list, or tree data structure? So please pause the video, think wise, and give the answer in the comment section before I answer. Okay, so that you can check how much you are prepared. Okay, and cross check. So the answer will be like stack. Why? Because recursive algorithms inherently use the call stack to keep track of function calls, and each incursive call adds a new frame to the stack which contains the function's parameters and the local variables as well. So this is the stack based approach, which is crucial for managing the state of recursive calls, right? So that's why stack will be the correct answer for this. Okay, so let's go to the next question, that is question number 3. What's the time complexity of the inserting an element in a massif? Okay, so big O of 1, big O of log n, big O of n, or big O of n log n? Actually, in this exam, you can be asked questions from data structure or any programming concept related. Okay, so I thought data structure will be the major part. That's why I am completing this part. Okay, so what will be the correct answer for this? So please, I hope you already answered in the comment section. So let's cross check. So in this case, the correct answer will be big O of log n. Okay, why? Because inserting an element in a max heap involves adding the element at the end of the heap and the performing an up heap or bubble up operations, right? So this operations ensures the max heap property is maintained and takes a big O of log n time. Okay, why? Because the height of the heap being log n. Okay, so I hope you understood a little bit about data structure. If not, then please study this, because this is very important for higher package job. Okay, so please learn that. Okay, so let's go to the next question, that is, which of the following sorting algorithms has the best average case time complexity? That is bubble sort, merge sort, insertion sort, or selection sort. So I hope you are a little bit you have little bit understanding about data structure, I mean sorting algorithms. So what happens in bubble sorting, merge sorting, insertion sorting, or selection sorting? So let me answer this question. So correct answer will be merge sort. Okay, in interview you must be asked like what's the opportunity, what's the advantages of bubble sort, merge sort, or what are the disadvantages of this type of sort, and what are the real time use of this type of sort, right? So if you are asked, then you have to answer wisely. Okay, so please study this sorting algorithm, this is very important. Okay, so in this case merge sort is the right answer. So why? Because merge sort has an average case time complexity of big O of n log n. So this is achieved through the divide and conquer approach, where the array is repeatedly split in half and then merged back together in the sorted order. Okay, so let's go to the next question. So this is the question: what is the space complexity of the depth first search DFS in terms of the number of verticals? Show big of 1, big of v, big of v to the 2, big of log v. So this is a quiz question for you. I'm not going to answer this. So please pause the video and try to answer. Okay. So let's see how much attentively you are watching and how much you are prepared. Okay, so let's go to the next question. But before I proceed, I would recommend you to have the prime materials of any company that you want, like Accenture, Deloitte, Capgemini, LTI Mindtree, or Joho, Infosys, any company. Okay, so if you want, then please knock me at page ID instagram.com/techno.af, and be mindful, this is paid but very affordable. Okay, so let's go to the next question. That is, what is the time complexity of of finding the maximum element in an unsorted array? Big O of n, big O of log n, or big O of n log n, or big O of 1? So in this case, the correct answer will be big O of n. Why? Because because to find the maximum element in an unsorted array, you need to examine each element to ensure none are larger. Okay, so this requires a single pass through the array. This results into linear time complexity. So that's why big O of n will be the correct answer. Like let's say here the array, and there are like unsorted array. So you have to find each element if this is greater than the previous one or not, if this is greater than previous year or not. Okay, so this way you have to check all of the element, because that's why the time complexity for this is big O of n. Okay, so the next question is, what is the time complexity of the NQ operation in a queue implemented using an array? So big O of 1, big O of log n, big O of n, or big O of n log n. So what is the correct answer? Okay, so let me answer this. So the correct answer will be big O of 1. Why? Because enqueuing an element in an array-based queue involves adding the element at the rear end of the queue, and which is the constant time operations, that is big O of 1. So that's why the space available are like in larger spaces, and also the time consuming is big O of 1. So that's why the answer is A. Okay, so the next question is this: which data structure is used in breadth first search BFS? So this is very important for for any MCQ based questions, for any interview based questions where data structure are being asked. Okay, so please remember this. Okay, BFS and DFS. Okay, so what's the correct answer for this? The correct answer for this is Q. Okay, so please give the answer, like what is used for stack. So I'll be waiting for you. Let's see how much you are being attentive. So the next question is this: what is the time complexity of accessing an element in a hash table? Big O of 1, big O of log n, big O of n, or big O of n log n? So what will be the correct answer? So for question 9, the answer will be big O of 1. Why? Because hash tables provides constant time complexity for accessing elements. Okay, so this is achieved by computing a hash code and using it an index to directly access the desired element in the underlying arrays. That's why the big of 1 will be the correct answer. Okay, so the next question is this: what is the time complexity of the searching for an element in a balanced binary search tree? So BST, what is the time complexity? So for this, the correct answer will be big O of log n. Why? Because in a balanced BST, the height of the tree is kept as small as possible. That's why the answer will be this. Okay. So the next question is this: which of the following data structure is used to implement LRU cache? So this is the last question, and this is the a quiz question for you. So please pause the video and try to answer the question. Okay. So I hope you will pause and give the answer in the comment section. Okay. So I hope this much of information, this much of discussion will be very much helpful for you and will add value to your preparation. So if you found this video helpful, then please subscribe this channel and watch the playlist regarding any company that you want. And if you want to join Telegram to get updates, then please join through t.me/ubkanna. And if you want the prime materials of any company like LTI Mindtree, like Accenture, Capgemini, Deloitte, Tech Mahindra, Infosys, Zoho, etc., etc., then please let me know in the comment section for these paid materials, or you can DM me at my Insta ID as well, instagram.com/techno.ef. Okay, I hope you will do that. So thank you for today's session.